It's not unusual to daily grind with anyone. La 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 la. It's not unusual to daily grind with anyone. Welcome to the Daily Grind. I got caught up. I was just gonna keep singing. I was like, I love that.
I'm
song.
here for it,
Jones, baby. Welcome to the Daily Grind and happy Tuesday. I am your host, Luke Hatmaker, and on Tuesdays and other days that start with T, I typically have my guy Rusty Buckets. How are you, brother?
I'm great, man. It's a great, beautiful, hot Tuesday already here. Welcome to the GG Jackson hype train. After that post I saw on Instagram yesterday, where my man's head is 18 feet in the air. Dude, I couldn't be more ready for October.
Let's talk about that for a second, because I don't know. I yesterday was first day of travel, so I was busy. I didn't get to look at my phone, and I just saw it this morning, and I was like, "Is that photoshopped?" I was because
No,
it's no, sir, it is not. That dude is. It's like, it's almost like he wanted Jaw. He was like, "Here, hold my beer, Jaw. Look how high I can go," because it's wild.
When I saw it last night and I posted it, I thought he was channeling his inner Simone Biles with her head being 12 feet off of the floor from the floor routine. Gigi said, anything the GOAT can do, I got to try. And so my boy was jumping out the gym for that. I'm assuming either a rebound or he is absolutely about to put it on old boy's head on that dunk. I mean, what a wild picture, man. If you hadn't seen it, check out my Twitter, Buckets_BCM. It is a wild picture.
It's wild. And it's also August and he's doing this, which is just like, give it to me, man. Like, I can't. We're 2 months away for the season, 2 months away till the season starts, and I can't wait.
Yeah, we were talking last night in our text thread about this show, and we're like, there's not a lot of Grizzly stuff going on. And then I saw that, and I'm like, got to lead with that. Yep. I'm very happy because I was like, okay, I can get on the GG hype train. I can get on the early six man of the year conversation with GG. That boy's a bad man.
Dude, he is so good. And he's so young. That's what gets me. It's like, if he's doing this at 19.
Yeah, my goodness, man. Again, knock on wood, barring any injuries. I mean, that dude's future is bright. I mean, when you're 19 years old and you're on lists with Katie and LeBron and Kobe and like names like that, like that's a pantheon of professional basketball that few make. And so, He's got some growing to do. Yes, there's some rough edges, but if you can see past that and see the talent and the potential that this kid has, like we've got to lock him up long term, because if he can stay healthy and continue on this trajectory, man, we're talking like perennial all-star. We could be talking like one of the next superstars in the NBA.
Yeah, well, and also it's like, we're talking about a little rough around the edges. The rough around the edges is at this point is strictly in his game. There's nothing that I would change about the kid's personality. I know there were a lot of I felt like that's where the question marks were coming out of the draft, but sure, a year and some change behind in the rearview mirror, and the dude has just been everything that I would want from a 19-year-old kid. He's showing the joy. He's showing the I can't believe I'm here. It's just really, really, I'm glad he's on our team.
Yeah, same. There was all that talk and smoke about him coming out of South Carolina, and he earned it, right? Like, I'm just grateful that there wasn't Twitter or Facebook or Instagram when I was 16, 17 years old, because I'd have been an idiot too, And so he made some boneheaded comments about his coach. Sure. So there was those character questions that cause people to fall. Well, all he's done is just show that he is a genuine guy who loves playing basketball. It's so funny watching him look for his mama before he says the cuss word on any kind of podcast or interview. He's freaking hilarious, man. Like, watching him with little kids, you can tell, like the guy just gets joy from playing basketball. And the guys like that with that kind of talent, if he could just keep that level head and not get caught up in the side life of the NBA, but stay focused, be like Jaren, where you just are just low profile, but a great guy, great community pillar. Again, like Wayno said, GG is the guy that you're prepared to wait for. Like, you can see the potential. You can see that it's there. He's the guy that I'm willing to be patient around, play his development, let him earn that 6-man role, let him earn a starting job next year and see what happens, man. But he needs to be wearing that 4-5 in Memphis for a long time.
Yes, sir. And honestly, when you draft the kid as late as you did in the second round and he produces already like this,
goodness,
you wait for him. You just wait. You do. He has earned that in the year and some change that he's played for us, comparable to his draft where we drafted him. It's like he has far exceeded that and already.
Also, foreshadowing, could we see him in a USA basketball jersey in the not so distant future? Dun, dun, dun.
That's a good transition. We're going to talk about Olympics. We're not going to talk about the LA Olympics. I want to save that because there's some good meat on that bone. But I got to talk to Mr. Gann yesterday about the Olympics let's look at the medal count since yesterday because already the U.S. have jumped up in medal count since yesterday. Yep, we were at 62 yesterday and we're at 79 now.
79.
I don't think we were literally tied. I don't think China has won another. We were tied with China yesterday morning and 20. I think we each had 21 gold, and China has not gotten another gold since then. And we have gotten 20 medals since then.
Yeah, man, we're absolutely killing it. American dominance is a real thing this year from track and field. I watched a ton of Olympics yesterday. I watched the women's 5,000 meter, which I just got tired in the first 2 laps. And these women are running, 5,000 meters. I don't even like to drive 5,000 meters, much less try and calculate how far exactly 5,000 meters is. Shout out to Wayno. But then watching, Maggie and I watched the 800 women's 800 final last night where these women literally ran a half mile in less than 2 minutes. And I'm like, dude, I don't know. I can drive a half mile in less than 2 minutes. The pole vaulting yesterday was incredible. Watching that Swedish Louisiana, hit the pose too. Oh my gosh, dude, I'm here for it. That's the hardest celebration I've ever seen at the Olympics.
It's so good.
It's incredible, man. Watching, how about the controversy yesterday with the women's floor routine where the Brazilian won the first ever Brazilian medal in floor routine. Yes. Simone got second after a couple penalties, again, where she was up, 12 feet in the air. But then there was controversy for the bronze medal. Did you see that?
Lee? No. Was it who got bronze? Was it Junie Lee?
So Jordan Childs, who's also an American gymnast. She's from Washington, but she competes for UCLA. She had a great routine, but she was about 0.2 points behind the bronze medal position, which went to Anna Baraboba, I think was how you say her name. She's from Romania. Don't trust me for pronunciation. If you watch the $2 Sports Show, I literally butcher every name, unless it's like John Smith, and even then I'll find a way. But anyway, so the Romanian girl was celebrating one of their first medals in a while after they dominated the sport for years in the 70s and 80s and early 90s. But the U.S. coaches challenged one of the moves that they had graded for Childs, and it ended up getting her vaulted into third place. So while the Romanian girl's up on the berm, celebrating, waving her country's flag, they announced over the loudspeaker that, in fact, the challenge was successful and the U.S. had earned bronze.
Oh, what a bummer. I didn't even know you could challenge stuff at the Olympics.
So I knew you could challenge penalties. Did she not step out of bounds? And that's the other part of this. The Romanian girl got penalized for stepping out of bounds. And on the replay, I don't think your heel touched the line. Now, I'm a patriot to the core. USA, like Drew has said, it's like Toby Keith, Mel Gibson, me, big patriot. But I don't want to win like that, man. I want to go out and earn it. And so I felt so bad for the Romanian girl up there celebrating, and then for them to call it for a U.S. win, I was kind of kind of took a little of the luster off of it. Still, I love winning, but it wasn't as fun to win that way.
Yeah, not at all. Man, I didn't know that. We were cleaning up in gymnastics. It's not quite. Swimming, I don't even know why any other countries came. We have 28 medals in swimming. 28.
Jeez.
28 medals in swimming, 11 medals in track and field, and 10 medals in gymnastics.
Goodness.
We are cleaning. Almost half of our medals are just in those 3 sports, that is
wild.
We're
actually winning in archery too, which is, you were talking yesterday about Olympic sports you think you compete in. I love archery. I used to compete some in high school, and I've done some archery competitions just for fun. And so I think I could go out there and at least hold my own. But we won bronze and silver in archery, which we don't really ever do well in shooting sports. Did well in cycling, fencing. We've won a couple medals. We're actually doing well in sports that we don't typically do well in the Summer Olympics. And Luke, my favorite hadn't even started yet. It starts today with the lower weight classes, but we got weightlifting going into
weightlifting, dude.
Dude, I'm so stoked. There's this is the one time I'll be rooting for the Americans. Obviously, we're in laundry, but there's this guy from Georgia, not the state, but the country, who is a doctor who is he could potentially break the world record in the snatch and the total by lifting well over 400 kilos, which is 800 pounds, 800 freedom units. Wow, there's a human on this planet that's strong. So I follow him on Instagram, every day I'm watching his warm up and his training, and I'm good God, this man is going to lift an entire truck. Like it's just unbelievable how much weight this guy's
snatch is the one where they throw it up and then.
So that's the clean. So clean and jerk. The snatch is where you go from the ground straight to overhead without stopping in the middle. And there's a good chance he's going to do that with like 220, 225 kilos. In the world, he hit 223 kilos. The world record is 225 kilos. So there's a really good chance that he's going to break the snatch world record at the Olympics. That's Saturday at 1:30, and I know exactly where I'm going to be.
Yeah, man. Like when a dude is lifting something that is measured in the same thing they measure like heroin and cocaine in, like kilo, it's like, damn, this dude means business.
Yeah, Wayno, we ain't worried about your clean and snatch, so we'll keep that on a different conversation. But watching these guys lift weights is I'm here for, and gals too, because there's gonna be some strong women there, man.
Yeah.
It's very much like an Eastern European, North African dominated sport, which is awesome. But like there'll be some Americans there they can compete. I'm just here to watch some big weights move, man. So some of the best stuff hadn't even come up, but y'all talked about it a little bit yesterday too. How about Snoop? I didn't have Snoop being like the best content coming out of the Olympics, but I'm here for it.
He's awesome. And it looks like he's just having a good time. I heard that he like asked Martha Stewart to come and like hang with him because he's nervous. He gets nervous speaking in front of people.
Really?
Yeah. Like he was like, hey, will you come help me interview some of these people? Because I get a little nervous. It's like, Snoop, I love you. Will you come hang out? I got a bunch of couches if you want to come hang out. If you're ever in Tennessee, if you're ever in Nashville, Snoop, hit me up.
Yeah, man. Come on. Like, I'd love to hang out with that. He just seems like a wholesome dude. Like, has this persona, from the 90s that is not, he just feels like that uncle or that dad that's just like a bro, that you just want to hang out with. It's just like he's out there living his best life, partying with the best athletes in the world, performing for them. I don't know if you saw he performed at the party the other night. And just awesome. Like watching him talk about the horses, they asked him like where he wanted to go. He's like, I want to go out to the equestrian dance and feed them horses apples and carrots, make sure they're ready to go before they compete. I'm like, dude, come on, man.
Come on, man. That's what they eat.
I mean, I love Snoop, man. This just made me like him that much more through this content. Like every time he comes up on TV, I stop what I'm doing. Like I got to see what Snoop's doing.
I saw it was a great meme. It was like my mom. It was like, my mom was pretty excited about Snoop and talking to me about Snoop, and I had to remind her that she forbade me from buying his album when I was in middle school. Just like really good because all the old people are like, oh, Snoop, he's just doing so good up there interviewing these people, and it's like, he's doing a good job, Mom.
Remember when you yelled at me, Mama Lee, for listening to Gin and Juice really loud while I was working out one time? Yeah, just remember that.
Remember that. I want to shout out Wayno. The Boomers. The Boomers are beating Serbia by 6 right now. 23-17, mate.
Let's go.
Man, I'm going to get it by the end of the Olympics, Wayno.
It's getting better. Every episode, like I said in the comments yesterday, every episode is getting better. It's getting better.
But I'm going to get my dual citizenship by the end of the week. Germany beat Greece this morning in basketball.
That's big.
Which is that is big. No more Giannis. We got if Australia takes down Serbia, that's crazy because then we would get, I believe the bracket would break. US would get the
higher seed. Yeah.
But that's happening right now. We've got France and Canada at 11, and then the US will play Brazil at 2:30.
Yeah.
Between this and weightlift, I'm excited. We get the events that we've not had yet, and then we get the finals of basketball. I'm really excited for this week.
To wash out that bad taste of 3-on-3 basketball. And listen, man, like I was listening to The Mismatch, Chris Verno and Kevin O'Connor, one of my favorite basketball podcasts. If you don't listen to it, shout out to them. Listen to it. It's phenomenal. But they were talking about how like this is the canon event. Like this is the moment where the US is like, we're never doing this again. So get your jollies off right now, making fun of USA 3-on-3 basketball, because come 2028 in LA, I mean, there's a real good chance you're going to be facing like Kyrie and some of these other cats that might be a little bit older that are not on the 2018 that are going to be absolutely murdering folks. And then one other thing I wanted to touch on, like shout out Scotty Scheffler. Like what a year.
Oh, dude.
Wins the Open, has a baby, gets arrested, and then wins the gold. Like, what a wild ride his 8 months of 2024 have been.
Man, I saw that he won gold, and I just laughed. I was like, I hope those dudes are arrested, because it's like, by all accounts, Scotty Scheffler is just like a stand-up dude. Like,
and it was a miscommunication, and all the pictures that come out of this cop, like it was just like a minor tear of his pants. He's like, he ripped my $80 pants. I'll never be able to wear them again. Like, bro, like how about don't hang on the door from a guy that's just trying to get to, like there's a miscommunication. I don't know.
Trying to get out of the way, probably.
That's
like,
it.
I mean, I don't know. I like Scotty, and I was very happy to see him win gold. Shout out everybody joining. We got King Meeks, we got Edward, we got Wayne, we got a lot of people joining us. Let's talk about the next Olympics. I know we're getting ahead of ourselves, but it seems like Team USA is going to. They seem like they have a pretty easy path to go. Maybe not easy, but they are the best team in the Olympics right now.
For sure.
In 4 years, is that going to be the case? Who is going to be on this roster in 4 years? I mean, because a lot of this, when we go down and look at this roster right now, Kevin Durant's not going to be on it. LeBron's not going to be on it. Steph's not going to be on it.
No.
I doubt Embiid will be on it. Like
AD probably will be on it.
I mean, none of these guys are going to be on this team. I mean, shoot, you might. Drew Holiday probably won't just because he's going to be older.
Like honestly, like the only ones that I could really see coming back, Derek White probably won't be on the team. Are really like Hallie and Jason Tatum will both likely be there. Book and Bam. So there's 4 there. So you've got what? That leaves 11 spots open to then try and fill. It's gonna be a complete turnover and a completely different team in 2028.
If John Morant isn't on this team in 2028, I'm gonna be
upset.
Very upset, because there's no reason. There's no one in front of him in the pecking order at this point.
There's not. Like in a backcourt of Ja and AE and then Hallie or Jason Tatum or one of the Thompson brothers or Ace. There's a lot Jalen Williams. There's a lot of really good young talent in the NBA that I think will be in good hands. There's also the possibility we have a backcourt of Chet and Zion, which are 2 younger guys coming up, which could be incredible post players for us. And I mean, you get Zion Williams is built like Charles Barkley, but can jump out the gym. And then you got Chet, who can shoot and move really well. Not to mention Tripp, who already has some FIBA and USA experience. So a backcourt of Zion, Tripp, and Chet. I like our chances, Luke.
Yep. I mean, and I think that Tripp and Ja for me are I would just put 2 spots on the team for them. I don't. I mean, who knows if Kerr is going to be the coach next year? I mean, that might
probably not.
Yeah, I would imagine not, and that probably bodes well for Jaren because he didn't seem to mesh well with Kerr at FIBA. But 4 years of just ready for that kind of play. I think Jaren and Ja, and then I think Jez and Gigi, man. Like if Gigi keeps playing the way he's playing,
absolutely,
there's going to be a whole mess of young players that make this team next year, like Paulo Banchero. There's going to be guys that make this squad in the 2028 Olympics that we're not even thinking of right now. Yeah,
and again, a couple guys maybe on the outside kind of fringes in Caleb Cunningham. If he can turn it around, he can shoot, he can score. Could one of the Thompson brothers figured out Evan Mobley, and they don't forget about we've got Cooper Flagg coming up. He's already scrimmaged with Team USA. He's 17 now, but in 2028, he'll be prime age to play in the Olympics, 21, 22. And could be an absolute force if he continues to develop, and will already have some experience playing against an Olympic team.
Yeah, man. Well, and another thing too that you got to look a lot of these other teams, like this Serbia, Greece. Will Giannis and Jokic be back? Probably not. Will this Germany team that has been playing together? A lot of those guys are older. They're going to be gone. When you look at the field this year, Canada's probably still going to be good. France is probably still going to be good.
Yeah,
because they've got young, a lot of talent.
Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe that'll still be playing for France. That Canada team is very interesting with SGA and Dylan. You got RJ Barrett. You got Zach Edey. There's a lot of guys that'll probably be playing. I mean, you think about it, Luke. There could be theoretically 3 or 4 Grizzlies playing in the Olympics. You could have Ja, Jaren, maybe Dez, maybe Gigi, and Zach Edey that could be playing on an Olympic team in 2028, which is wild to think about from Memphis.
Yeah, that's insane. I'm going to shout out Wayno. Currently, the Boomers are up 35-17.
Let's go.
Let's go. They kicking butt. They kicking butt, Wayno. We're with you today. We're with you. We're with you, mate. There we go. Will we get a FIBA before I win this FIBA? FIBA will be in 2026, right? Is that when FIBA?
I think so.
So we'll get one more FIBA before
we will.
Yes,
yes, because it's kind of in between. Sorry, I had my computer was Siri was talking to me, and I was listening to both of y'all. So my little brain only operates on about 2 cylinders. But yes, I think if FIBA is like in the off, like every 2 years, or the 4 years line up, 2 years in between. So you have to play FIBA ball. You have to get that experience to be able to be eligible for the Olympic team. So that'll tell us a lot if we're right about who makes that team and who is trying out for it.
Well, yeah, and if all things work according to plan, we might have a championship by then. Who knows?
We could. And shout out Wayno here. Wayno's picking up what we're putting down. Jaren's not in the squad this year because Steve Kerr's a bum, and he doesn't like Jaren for whatever reason. And it's because Jaren is cooks, against Golden State. He just doesn't like him. I don't know, but they don't get along very well. Tripp should have been on this squad and will be on the 2028 squad.
Yep. I would honestly say that Jaren being on the 2028 squad may be a more foregone conclusion than Ja being on the squad.
Sure.
Like Jaren just seems, just the way that he is an ambassador in the league, it just seems like that he will have a spot.
For sure.
We're going to take a quick break, though. That's enough Olympics. We're going to be talking Olympics all week. There's stuff going on. We only got a week of it left until four more years. So we're going to talk all week. But we're going to take a quick break. And when we get back, we're going to tube because we've been watching stuff. Right after this break.
One of the questions as far as my writings for the Wizards was, what's going to happen with Tyus Jones? And I kind of was able to narrow it down. He had 3 teams that he was primarily looking at, and that were the Memphis Grizzlies, the Phoenix Suns, and the Atlanta Hawks. From my understanding, Memphis they offered him more money. Memphis offer was somewhere around $5 to $6 million, but they wouldn't have given him an opportunity to start. And I believe that was something that was really important for him.
I'm not saying that what you're saying isn't true, but I don't think the Grizzlies actually made a serious run at Tyus Jones. And at that number, I don't even consider that serious. You know what I mean?
A lot of people in Memphis didn't really want to believe that the Grizzlies were interested in Tyus Jones. And I think from what I saw on the internet, a lot of that has to do with you guys' expectation of what Scottie Pippen Jr. is going to be. The Memphis Grizzlies very much like Scottie Pippen Jr., but I'm also here to tell you they went out and tried to get a backup point guard.
Tune in to The Anthony Sane Show, Wednesdays and Fridays at 12 p.m. weekly on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
Representing your country and winning, I think I'd black out on the podium. Because when I watch these people whose names I won't remember a week from now, and they're on the podium and they have tears and I start crying because I'm like, what a moment for this person. I'm getting a little nervous talking about it right now, BK.
I would shed 3 tears.
Oh.
I wouldn't be nose running crying. Not that crying. There's levels to this crying game. There's
shoulder shaking.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Even when the tears stop, you still like. That's when you used to get in trouble. Though your parents used to get. That's when you used to get beaten.
You stop.
Yes, you better stop crying.
Exactly.
Put that thing on that bottom lip.
I'm not crying.
Right, I would definitely be up there. I would cry.
Tune in to the Night Court Podcast with your hosts, Rob Fisher and Brevin Knight, on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back, Connor. Shut up.
Great show.
Great show. You can catch that show. We got Night Court. We got 2 Buck Sports Show. We got Anthony Sane Show. We got No Bluffing. We got Grizz Next Gen. We got a whole bunch of stuff over at bluffcitymedia.co. Check them out. Shout out Patty Mills. Wayno, dude has like 20 points in the first quarter. He's balling off. I don't know where that Patty Mills has been.
Yeah.
But back to our show. Tuesdays. I don't know if you know this around here, but we like to tube on Tuesdays. Tube. It's where we talk about what we're watching because every house has a TV in it. If you don't, let me know. I'll give you one. Just a lot of stuff on. We're in the middle of summer TV. Some TV just ended. I know there were a lot of summer season finales this past week. I am happy to go first. So my sister had a baby over the weekend, so I was at their house watching all the dogs, just trying to be helpful. Watched a lot of Olympics and watched a lot of M. Night Shyamalan movies. I don't know why. He's got a new one coming out this week or last weekend.
Right, Josh Hartnett.
Yeah, and then Signs was on, and I love Signs, and I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna watch these. So I watched Sixth Sense. I watched The Village. I watched like 3 or 4 of them, and man, they slap. That dude,
Village.
he gets a
The
little
Village
ahead
is
of himself, but the
sneaky
dude
good.
knows how to write a twist.
Yeah, The Village is like sneaky good. It's one of those like when I first watched it, I didn't know about it, but like it's super good. In Lady in the Water, in that M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah, Lady in the Water.
Yeah, like he's just got some good movies, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, big fan of M. Night Shyamalan. I'm excited about The Trap coming out it came out last weekend. I do want to see that. Week. Like typically, like suspense writers, twist writers, like there's not a lot better than M. Night Shyamalan. So I'm here for it. I'm excited to watch and see his new movie. So shout out, man. Signs also really good. That's why I keep water all around my house. If you ever come in my house, there's cups of water everywhere because of Signs. Just kidding. All right. So Wayno asked for this last week, and I didn't forget. Yep. He asked again today in the comments of my top 3 Game of Thrones villains. I'm going to answer that in just a minute, but a lot has happened in Westeros since we last checked in. Arya Stark is now, as she's with the many-faced god, she lost her vision for an episode and a half because she killed a King's Guard that was not who she was assigned to kill. She checked him off of her list. But she's now got her vision back. She drank the water from the well, and I was like, "Ooh, everybody drinks that water dies." And like, maybe not. And then she didn't die.
Not today.
She got her vision back. Yeah, she got her vision back. Let's see. Bran is going back in time. I learned that Hodor used to could be able to speak, like he actually talked back in the day. I don't know much, but all I know is like they showed him briefly talking when they were going back to Winterfell when he was young. Jon Snow freaking died. Like, what in the world? I was not ready for that. I was not happy. Like, for a day and a half, I was upset. I was upset, man. I love Jon Snow. Every episode I'm talking about, man, I like Jon Snow. And I should have known because I like Jon Snow. He had character, he had integrity, you know? Like, they fought off 1,000 White Walkers and then 1,000 dead joined him. And, like, the army re-recruited and he was, like, doing the right thing by the wildlings. And then they kill him. But
that episode's sick when the dude walks out and he goes,
"Oh my gosh!" He just like raises like 1,000 in his body. It's like I'm like, how do you beat that?
Good question. That's the question.
Yeah. But then he goes back. He gets killed by the Night's Watchman. And one of my it's kind of funny, kind of not. But like in the episode where he's revived, he's like, "I'm leaving. Like I'm done." He hangs the kid and the other 3 conspirators. Yeah, and he's like, "I'm leaving." And the guy's like, "Your watch, you made a vow." He's like, "My watch ended. Like I gave my life.
I'm dead.
Like I ain't supposed to be here. Like I done died. I'm out." And let's see. Cersei was in prison, walked the shame of atonement, and now is heading towards trial. Oh my gosh. And shout out, Maggie looked this up. That was Hannah, Hannah Wellington, who plays Rebecca in Ted Lasso.
Dude, I found that out way later, and I was like, what?
Right, like 2 different characters here, right? But Cersei makes her walk of atonement. Marjorie's still in prison, but they're working on a plan to knock the High Sparrow down a few notches, which is much needed. Let's see. Daenerys is now in the house of the Khaleesi, but Jorah and Dario just showed up to try and rescue her. Let's see. Drogon makes a reappearance and saves her from the Sons of the Harpy. Oh yeah, wow.
You are in the thick of it, dude. You are in the thick of it.
She rode a dragon for the first time. She just hops on him and off they go. And he goes up to his little perch there and he's recovering because he's all stabbed up from the Sons of the Harpy.
You are in the thick of it, dude.
I am,
You're in
man.
the thick of it.
Season 6 is already starting off. I thought season 5 was wild. Season 6 has been even more so. But answer Wayno's question really quick. Top 3 Game of Thrones villains. Number 1 has got to be Ramsay Bolton. Like what
dude's a monster.
Greyjoy, what he did to his own father. He killed Roose Bolton. And then he feeds his half brother and his mom to the dogs. Like this guy is sick.
Yeah, this dude's a monster. This dude's a monster.
Thankfully, Sansa Stark got away, and she's now reunited with Jon Snow in the north, and they're going to start making their way back south to get warm, according to Jon Snow. So number 1, Ramsay Bolton. Number 2, it's got to be Joffrey. Like Joffrey is incredibly insane, and what he does to the prostitute and shoots her with the bolts, what he does to Ned Stark, like, and then tormenting Sansa, like close number 2. Number 3 is Cersei. I mean, she's truly evil. She's truly manipulative.
Yep.
Just an evil character. And then 2 honorable mentions. They're kind of one of the same. And that's Stannis Baratheon, like sneaky villain with what he's done to kill his brother. And then Melisandre, who the 2 of them that burn his daughter at the freaking stake. Like sneaky villains, Melisandre and Stannis Baratheon.
Yeah, I forgot about them, man. I don't like Littlefinger either. I'm gonna put Littlefinger on that list. He gets on my nerves.
Yeah, he does. He's so conniving. Of the two, like I don't like him, but I like Varys.
Yeah, I like Varys too.
The
Varys is
spider.
cool.
Like I love his little birds, like in all the little things he does. Like, yes, he's kind of evil, but he also has some redeeming qualities. But that would be my top three. Littlefinger is a good one, but honorable mentions for me are Stannis and Melisandre.
Dude, I can't wait till next week. We just need to fast forward to next Tuesday because I want to know what you're talking about. You're about to get in it, dude. You are about to get in it.
I'm in it.
And it's about to get in it even more.
Yeah.
It's like the deep end of a pool that you don't know gets deeper, and it's about to get deeper. So just be ready.
Mm-hmm.
God, I can't wait. Dude, I'm just thinking about Game of Thrones. Now that's going to do it for our show. We're going to talk about Game of Thrones next week. Thank you for watching us today. Thank you for joining us. Go check out basketball. The Boomers are winning right now. Go Boomers. Team USA plays later. USA. We will all be back tomorrow, hopefully. Hopefully. Talk more Olympics, talk more hoops. Everybody have a great Tuesday. If I can leave you with 2 things today, y'all, just remember to be a little weird, just a little bit, and remember to smile. Thanks, everybody. Have a good day.